Welcome back. As we head towards the end of 2022, what can we expect from global equities? Nimesh is here. He's at the big wall, and he's got us a wrap of what the brokerages make of the year to come.
First look at the global data and what the global themes looks like. As far as the big themes are concerned, there are the four big themes that globally one has to look out for: the recession theme, the inflation theme, Fed pivot, and the China reopening. These are going to be the big four themes as far as globals are concerned. Some big reports have come out from influential brokerages. So what is Credit Suisse saying? Credit Suisse is saying that 2023 is going to be tale of two halves. The first half, the focus is going to be on higher rates for longer theme, which means that the equity performance will be muted. But in the second half, as central banks pivot, they are expecting investors to rotate to high interest sensitive sectors with a growth tilt. So that's the view from Credit Suisse. Look at what Fidelity has to say. Fidelity believes that cyclical recession is the most likely outcome in 2023, which means that they remain cautious on the global equities. However, they are very bullish on ASEAN and Indian markets. So that's a big bullish view from Fidelity on India. I've put out some number as well. Morgan Stanley has put out the numbers for 2023. They have an S&P target of 3,900. They have a DYX of 104, and they've put out a Brent target of 110. That's the number which Morgan Stanley has put out for 23. But what this all means for the Indian markets. Now, for India markets, I've put out four big themes. The first big theme is the big India outperformance. 22 was a big year of India outperformance, so we need to see whether that can continue. We are sitting on very peak valuations, and the sentiment is quite bullish as well at the retail end, so that could be a bit of a negative for India. The waning commodity inflation, that's the only positive thing which can play out for India in 23, and the retail flows, which have been a big backbone for India, that is something to track in 23 as well. What are the brokerages saying? So, Goldman Sachs has put out a target of 20,500 for end of December 23, but they believe that India is unlikely to outperform for third year in a row as China and other cyclical markets like North America opens up, and they may do better. So that's the view from Goldman Sachs. They are, in terms of sectors, they're overweight on sectors like banks, insurance, industrial, cement, and utilities, whereas they're underweight on names like IT, NBFCs, consumer durables, and retail sector. So that's the Goldman Sachs view. Look at Morgan Stanley. They believe that they have a target of Sensex target of 68,500. But even they believe that India's relative gain may take a breather in 2020. So that's summing up as a big theme for India as well. In terms of their sector overweights, they're overweight on financials, technology, consumer discretionary, but they're underweight on most of the other sectors. In fact, we have. But even I was looking at the Buffer Securities note, and they have a target of 19,500. And what pointed out, it could be a very volatile market for us with a range between 17,000 to 20,000. And within sectors, they're overweight on financials, industrials, staples, and utilities, whereas they're underweight on IT, discretionary, autos, telecom, and pharma. So the big theme is India can see a bit of a breather in the first half of 2023.
Nimesh, thanks a lot for that. Very interesting. So thank you for recapping what all of these different brokerages have to say in terms of what 2023 could look like. In fact, we also have a guest joining us right now, Nilesh Shetty.